Welcome back to Dr. Doug's Daily Tips for writing great LDS Church music. How can you make your piano part and the singing part feel like they're working together? That's what we're going to discuss today in this tip. It's from the second song in the Primary Children's Songbook, I Lived in Heaven. Let's take a look. I've circled or squared or rectangled a few things here where the piano is acting in dialogue with the primary children. All right, you know the song. The kids have all this motion. And then the piano in the left hand answers it with the same kind of motion. And then it happens again. The kids take a turn. Then the piano takes a turn. Those first two lines are almost identical. The only note different is that last A in the piano, because it's leading to the third line. Now, even though the third line changes, it goes to kind of this minor sad sound. Oops. We still get dialogue, left hand. So it's answering. And then the last line. And then the piano. So this idea of combining the dialogue between the singer and the piano is a wonderful way to up the ante and to increase the power of your church music, because it gets all of the instruments involved in the expression of the story. Okay, so depending on the shape of your melody or the message of your piece, you can do this kind of dialogue in many ways. This is a really nice way because while the kids are holding their long note on true, there's kind of this open space. So the piano can perfectly play into that. And since the right hand is kind of holding the kid's note, that leaves the left hand free to answer the dialogue. Okay, and also in this particular one, since the time signature is 6/8, and the melody, the key feature of the melody here is every eighth note, up and down and up and down. The piano does a similar kind of dialogue. Okay, so it's really almost like sisters. They're kind of just talking back and forth. One of the sisters just happens to be a vocalist, and the other sister happens to be a pianist, but they're discussing the same topic, basically. Okay, if you get my drift. The fun of this is that the piano part can, well, both separate parts, right? The singing part and the piano part can both grow in their melodic shape. So in this third line, we see the melody. It has this kind of growth and development where it's adding an F sharp in there. We've kind of gone to G minor a little bit. And the piano left hand in the third bar follows suit. It has this little extra D flat going down to C. So as the right hand got a little bit chromatic, the left hand also got a little bit chromatic. What's fun is that it did the opposite. See, the right hand got chromatic by raising a note. The left hand got chromatic by lowering a note. Interesting kind of dialogue. Okay, and then the culmination of the dialogue, we get the culmination of the melody here, and so the piano wants to also kind of finish it off by starting on tonic and going around tonic and coming right back to it. So you can use this idea in a ton of different ways. You could have one measure of singing motive with the eighth notes moving, and then the second measure is the piano doing it, and the third measure is the voice, and the fourth measure is the piano. This particular song went 2 bars for the voice, 1 bar for the piano, 2 bars for the voice, 1 bar for the piano, and so on. Or you can actually mix them in the same measure, right? You could have the singer do it on the first half of the bar, and the piano could go on the second half of the bar, right? right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So you can do dialogue that's closer in rhythm or spread it out even further. Lots and lots of ways to shake that up. The important thing is to try to find a way to add some of this dialogue. It creates an extra layer of expression instead of the piano just kind of holding chords. It's fine to hold chords. It's almost like a strumming of a guitar. But when the piano answers the voice, it's this extra dimension of intricacy which heightens the emotion. Okay? So that is your tip for today, finding ways, just like I Lived in Heaven, to add dialogue in the piano using the same material that you find in the melody in, clever, varied ways to make a conversation out of the piece. If you enjoyed this tip, head over to latterdaymusiversity.com where you can get a bunch of additional tips to help you write better church music. There's a free report called The 10 Commandments of Warm, Fuzzy Church Music, testimony building church music, with 24 pages of helpfulness to help you increase the power of your church music. It's totally free, and you'll also get daily tips in emails once you sign up for that, which I hope you will enjoy. All right, come back tomorrow, and we will take a look at the next primary song in the book.